Not jolted by the back-to-class order of the federal government, the Academic Staff Union of Universities today fired back, calling the bluff of the sack threat by the presidency. Responding 4 days after a 7-day ultimatum issued by the supervising Minister of Education, Mr. Nyesom Wike, the union described the threat as political blackmail and maintained that it would not be cowed.
This is the first of meetings after a long silence from the leadership of the Academic Staff Union of Universities. The invitation to the news conference appeared to be a promising sign that the lecturers would return to classes, but that was not the case.
We have noticed with disgust how easy it is for ministers and governments to take refuge in political blackmail. We shall never succumb to this. Our country is our union's constituency. We shall bow only to what we as academics are convinced will serve the interest of Nigeria and its people.
The union said the parties had struck a deal with the president on the 4th of November, but it has simply added clauses that would guard against failure of implementation.
ASUU's invoking of the non-victimization clause, rather than being an introduction of a new demand, is a commonplace ILO position which government ought to know. Our members are suggesting that the 200 billion naira agreed upon as 2013 revitalization fund for public universities should be deposited in the Central Bank of Nigeria as mentioned and disbursed to the benefiting universities within 2 weeks. Of the 52 branches of ASUU, 48, that is roughly 92% of the membership of ASUU nationwide, advised conditional suspension of the strike, i.e., suspending the strike only if certain conditions are met.
For several months, the lecturers had their salaries stopped, but that would not deter them. They said they are convinced that the federal government knows the right thing to do, and once that is done, they would not hesitate to call off the 6-month-old strike.
If this agreement is implemented as it is, within 3 to 5 years, we are going to see Nigerian universities competing effectively with their peers in Africa, in Asia, and to some extent, although it's also in the Western world.
So clearly, the two parties have not provided a final sticking point to resolve the crisis, but ASUU is beginning to think that this has become a political strike that can be put to rest only by the federal government. Gloria Umezuke, Channels Television News.